beauty regimen, right? And how you are able to look good, do good, feel good, because, honey, you look good. And from what I understand, I have read your book, and I know that you had a stroke and you lost over 70 pounds a couple of times.
Yes.
I think maybe we only talked about one in the book,
Yes.
but you were able to lose that weight a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's part of your look good, do good, feel good. So talk to me about, how you overcame losing that weight, and also a little bit about your stroke.
Oh, losing the weight. The first time I really got it off after I gained it, I didn't do it on my own naturally. I had surgeries done. I've been cut completely in half, did all kind of stuff. Just it was a trend, and I just wanted a quick fix.
Mm-hmm.
And I failed at it. It stayed off for a little bit, and I ended up just gaining it all back. I just kept hearing God say, "You're not going to be successful at this until you give me the glory." Mm. And I was like, "But
wow.
You're not helping me." He said, "No, you're not being obedient." I was like, "Oh, really?"
Mm.
So
elaborate.
Yeah. So everyone hears that voice,
mm-hmm.
When it's telling you to exercise or drink more water or don't eat that or eat this. And no, I wasn't yielding to the voice because I was raised on eating chitlins and pork chop sandwiches and fried chicken and we had unlimited amounts of snacks in our home, so I just had a bad relationship with food, period. And it was a coping mechanism that I had to deal with my pain as well. So when I was trying to get the weight off, I just chose the first time for the quick fix, and I failed twice. And so the last time I said, "Okay, God, I'm gonna do it your way," because I ended up having a stroke, and I brought that on myself, because I kept hearing the voice say, "Drink more water, exercise, do this, do that," and I just wasn't yielding to that voice, So I had to ask God. I had to take a step back and start asking God to give me strength, because I heard His voice. Because no matter what I was going through in my life, I always heard the voice of the Lord, but didn't have the strength to be obedient. Mm-hmm. So I began to ask God, "Okay, so what do you want from me?" Because I'm gaining the weight back again. It was coming on slowly, and like it was pouring on, basically. And He said, "Yield to my voice. And I want you to do it this way so you can teach people all over the world." So I have a power that comes over me when I feel like I'm doing something for others. I can't do it for myself, but if I feel like I'm doing it to help others, it's like this power comes over me. And I said, okay. So when I eat, and if it's something I shouldn't have, and the portion controls comes from the voice. And He says, "That's enough." I'm like, "Why am I done?" And He said, "That's enough." So I go by the voice, and so I take smaller portions. The carbs and the sugar I stay away from, not because everybody's like so hype on this keto diet and all this and that, but the carbs and the sugar was something that I used when I was on drugs, when I was on cocaine and crack addiction. I learned to have solutions with food to make me high or to make me sleep. So the carbohydrates and the sugar is something I try to stay away from because it's poison to my spirit and soul. So it's easy for me to stay away from those things because it like kills my brain. It keeps me from thinking about my dreams and my goals. So, and when your life is not your own and you're really trying to live to help others, then it becomes more easier to be disciplined. So I stay away from carbs and sugar because I don't feel good when I eat them. It makes me sleepy, tired. It allows me to procrastinate, more. And so it's real easy to eat healthier. It's more easier to, take better care of yourself when you're thinking about others.
Right, and having that influence.
Yes.
And that platform that you do have.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, it's not about me.
Right.
I have to do right so that I can help others.
Absolutely. Now, I'm just want to, kind of go to a point you made. I've never had the understanding that, sugar and food becomes an addiction because it gives you a high, the same as a drug.
It does.
So that is something that, I really appreciate you mentioning and sharing, because people need to understand and identify that addictions are not always just alcohol and drugs, and it can be food and have that same effect on you.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that, you have a relationship with God, but, maybe what about the people that are kind of in new to trying to develop that voice? How can they really understand how important it is for them to have that relationship with God so that they can look good, do good, feel good, and kind of get started, get going. Of course, we know that they can get your book.
Right. I was going to say, honey, if they don't get living past your pain and live their dreams, that's the tool. But first is the Bible. And I can't steer away from that. The Bible has been the tool and the instrument that has set me free and delivered me. However, everyone's not there.
Right. And so give us your favorite scripture really quick.
Oh, delight thyself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart.
Amen.
Yes, like seriously. And I think that is Psalms 37:4.
Okay.
I'm not all good with the scriptures and where they at, but I live by them as much as I can.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. But delight thyself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. And I've learned to always put that first, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what place I was in my life. That was my favorite scripture.